Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best power forwards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 16,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day. Tons of daily MyTEAM content, trying to hit 16,000 by the end of December, and we're less than 600 subscribers away. So I'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Looks very possible we could honestly smash right through that and get pushing towards 17K before the end of the year. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Starting off at the number 10 spot, I'm going to go with James Worthy. One guy that I really did consider for this spot as well was Sharif Abdul-Rahim. He's a great honorable mention, awesome budget power forward, but I decided to go with this Worthy card. 84K for a fast, pretty versatile defensive power forward who is a very, very good slasher with a really nice release as well. He's a really good finisher, decent playmaker, does have a high enough ball handle to time burst. Defensively, he's pretty good, but unfortunately does not have anchor, brick wall, or clamps, which all of those badges would be nice to have, but I really like his release. He plays pretty big, 6'9", like he's got a pretty decent player build. Really good finisher, very athletic offensively, attacks the rim quite well, and his release is awesome. And even though he's missing a lot of stuff, that is enough for him to crack the top 10 at number 10. Number 9 is going to have to be sorry, number 9 is going to be Jared Vanderbilt. My brain just completely blanked. Jared Vanderbilt and James Worthy are actually very similar cards. Vanderbilt basically just has a few more Hall of Fame badges than James Worthy, but they're actually like really, really similar cards. If you compare these two cards, they pretty much do the same thing. Worthy statistically is a lot better than, I guess, the Emerald, obviously, but when you look at him like this, okay, it doesn't work. Well, Vando is actually better statistically when he's fully evoed. I don't know why the stat calculation isn't right, but Vando is better statistically. He also has better badges. They're pretty much the same card, though, as a whole when you look at him, because, I mean, he's fast. He can shoot, he can slash at a very high level. He's a good playmaker, not great, but solid. Okay playmaking badges. Defensively very good, but missing anchor, brick wall, and clamps. They're pretty much the same card in a lot of ways. I think Vando has slightly better stats and badges, so I'd give him the slight edge, which is why I put him at number 9. Number 8 is going to be Chris Bosh. Was an awesome Gauntlet reward in Season 1, the best big man in the game when he first came out. Got to give 2K a lot of credit for this card. He was fire. At this point, he's a little slow. His release is fine, but not elite. He's not an incredible defender. He doesn't give you any sort of playmaking at all at the power forward position, really. Very good card still, and the fact he can get every badge is huge. And if you have a bunch of extra Hall of Fame badges on Bosh, I'm sure he's a lot more viable. But as a average badged Bosh at this point, probably not making most of the top squads in my team anyway. I think number 8's a pretty fair spot for him. Number 7, gonna go Pascal Siakam. Kind of similar to Worthy and Vanderbilt size-wise. He just gives you more defensively than they do. Pretty similar as a shooter, I would say, as well. Good, but not great. Very similar athletically. Does not dunk the ball quite as well as those guys do, but he's still a pretty good finisher at the rim. I feel like he's a little more confident shooting-wise than either of those two as well, at least stats and badge-wise. I like Worthy's release better. Defensively, though, I think Pascal gives you a lot more than those two guys do simply because of the Hoff anchor, Hoff brick wall. A little bit more defensive versatility there. Having those badges is really nice, and silver clamps as well is a big W, and I just think he's a really nice, very well-rounded card. I think he's a little more well-rounded than those guys at the bottom of the list, so 7 is fair. 6 is going to be Chet. Chet's a great card. Still going to see him in a ton of lineups. He's really big and really versatile. 7'1", not incredible speed, but good enough at that type of size, especially, to be pretty solid. Not going to give you a ton as a playmaker, but he's a really good shooter with a very smooth, nice release. Good dunker. Defensively, very, very good with his length and his size. Unfortunately, the low strength does hurt him, but that hurts him a lot more at center than it does at power forward. His length can be a bit overwhelming at the power forward position at times, though. Give you a lot of floor spacing, a lot of length, and a lot of versatility at the power forward position. I still think Chet is one of the better big men in all of my team. At the 5, I'm going to go at the number 5 spot, I should say. I'm going to go with Kevin Durant. KD, especially a fully badged version of the card, is absolutely phenomenal. Elite level shooter with very, very good shot creation abilities. Little bit undersized, kind of, sort of, player build wise, when defensive badges aren't great, but if you badge him out, put the right shoe on him, get anchor, brick wall, things of that nature on the card, speed booster, for some playmaking, some other boosts. When he's badged, he is so dang good because he shoots the ball really well. He's got good size at 6'10". I mean, he's pretty big. Like, he's not huge. Like I said, the player build, he does get overwhelmed a little bit by some of the bigger cards at times. But I think KD's still one of the best cards at the power forward position or the small forward position in the game. He was a great lock-in and has been really good for a long time and still is. LeBron's at number 4, and LeBron is the best, arguably, card in the game. At the small forward position, he's the best card in the game for sure, and he's the best card probably in all of my team if you consider him at small forward. But at power forward, he's still incredible. Statistically, he's just so dang good and so darn complete badge-wise, especially if you upgrade his badges a little bit and add the few things that he is missing. His release is good, not insane. Same thing with his movement, good, not insane, but the stats and badges are so overwhelming right now that LeBron is just very easily one of the best cards in the game. Despite being pretty undersized at power forward, still very good. Just the top 3 power forwards are a little bit head and shoulders above everyone else, starting with Hakeem, who's definitely better at center, but still very good at power forward, decent release, very good speed. Not much as a shot creator, kind of the problem that I have with Chet and Bosch as well, but he's so good defensively, so big, and so capable on the interior while still being able to stretch the floor at power forward and having this type of size that it's kind of hard to put him any lower than 3, and I certainly wouldn't, especially since he can get every badge. KG, kind of the same thing, gives you a little bit more athletic ability than Hakeem is probably going to give you, but at the same time, also not a great playmaker. Low ball handle rating is a bit disappointing. Can also get every badge, though. Also an elite defender, very versatile, super athletic, pretty good shooter, really, really great card. But y'all notice I haven't put Giannis yet. I actually think Giannis is probably the best power forward in the game if you have him fully badged up. And the reason for that is simple. He can play make at a level that Hakeem and KG simply can't. All of those guys are kind of similar as shooters. Put a +4 shoe on Giannis, it's going to be a 71. Add the shooting badges he's missing, like catch and shoot, open looks, and a couple of other things to the card, maybe a slippery off ball or something. And he's going to be one of the most impactful defensive cards in the game. He's a great playmaker in the ball with the ball in his hands. He can time burst. He's super fast. He's an incredible slasher. And he can shoot the ball pretty well, especially when he's upgraded. Get D'Antoni, it's an extra +4 3-point boost as well. Giannis is amazing. He is such a good card in my team. I actually think when you have him fully badged out, specifically fully badged, he's better than KG. As a base card, KG is better. But when you have a Giannis fully badged out, I honestly don't see why he's not better than KG and Hakeem. He's that good of a card in my team. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below, number 1, who y'all are running at the power forward position, and number 2, what y'all think, because, the 2 of the top 3 cards in this position are free, but they're very hard grinds. There's some budget cards toward the back half of the position, but I don't know. This game just feels like it's in a very weird state, kind of, but they're doing a better job of filling in with good budget cards and good viable cards that aren't quite as expensive, and some of these free grind cards are amazing despite being pretty hard to get, although I do wish, honestly, both Hakeem and KG were a little bit better, considering both of them, I think, have been passed up at their best positions. Hakeem kind of passed up by D-Rob as well. But, like I said, with that being said, I guess I'll call the video there. So I hope y'all did enjoy. Let me know what y'all think of the list in the comment section down below. If there's anything you change, anybody you put higher or lower. And I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.